Imagine Bitcoin standing at a crossroads, just days away from a euphoric price explosion, or possibly already having hit its all-time high in this 4-year cycle. That's the electrifying scenario veteran cycle analyst Bob Loukas is warning about, and it's got investors on the edge of their seats. In a video he released on September 24, 2025, Loukas dives deep into Bitcoin's current position, suggesting we're in the late stages of its upward climb. He describes the journey from the bear market low as a steady upward trend, punctuated by bursts of strong performance that have driven most of the gains in this cycle. Think of it like building a sturdy house. The recent multi-month sideways movement has been like laying a solid foundation, with big players, often called whales, selling off their holdings, creating downward pressure, but balanced out by steady buying from institutions that have kept prices stable in this range. But here's where it gets controversial. Loukas points out that what we're missing so far is that classic blow-off phase, a wild, 3-month frenzy of buying and skyrocketing prices that has marked the end of every previous Bitcoin cycle. For beginners, a blow-off is like the final, giddy rush in a party where everyone jumps in, pushing prices to insane heights before the inevitable crash. With Bitcoin now about 34 months into its 4-year cycle and seasonal patterns looking promising, Loukas believes the stars are aligned for this explosive finale to kick off any day now. We're at the perfect spot in the cycle for such a big move, he explains, making the bullish outlook his top pick for the fourth quarter. That said, he's not dismissing the bearish side. He notes that the August peak came right around month 33, which matches up eerily well with past cycles, giving credence to the idea that the top might already be behind us. And this is the part most people miss. Despite Bitcoin's underperformance, compared to stocks and gold's strong rally, the 700% jump from the bear market low to that month 33 high is impressive on its own. Under a theory of diminishing returns, where each additional gain gets harder to achieve, this could even be a full cycle wrap-up. Loukas gives this scenario a slim 10% to 20% chance, but warns against bailing out too early, especially when a big upward move might be just around the corner. If that blow-off does happen, Loukas expects it to follow a familiar script, rapid weekly gains compounding over 8 to 15 weeks. He won't pin down an exact price target, but uses past examples to illustrate. Imagine a doubling from recent lows, say from around $105,000 up to $210,000, potentially hitting $200,000 by December. It sounds wildly optimistic, but he sees a clear path there, guided more by market sentiment and how stretched things get rather than hitting round numbers like $200,000. For context, think of it like a balloon inflating. You watch for when it's about to pop, not just the size. Risk management is key here, and Loukas emphasizes staying vigilant. He highlights the 10-month moving average, hovering near $100,000 as a critical safety net. If Bitcoin closes a month below that, it's a red flag, signaling trouble. Plus, he points to a previous big drop to $75,000 as a no-go zone. Breaching it could mean a bear market is already in full swing. To make this relatable, picture it as traffic lights. Green for go, yellow for caution, red for stop. On the flip side, for the upside to confirm, Loukas wants to see new all-time highs that set a new floor. Ideally, a push above $120,000 would be the signal. And if it then dips back below $105,000 after that, it might indicate a trend shift and a potential peak. This setup helps traders avoid false alarms, like mistaking a temporary dip for the end of the road. Loukas also entertains a third possibility, a longer cycle peaking in early 2026 with a shorter bear market afterward. In this version, there might not be a dramatic blow-off, but instead a more measured climb toward $140,000 to $160,000, followed by consolidation and a final attempt upward. He'd approach this cautiously, taking it week by week, giving Bitcoin room to grow into the first quarter of 2026, and waiting for clear signs of mania before selling off. While everyone seems fixated on the fourth quarter seasonality and four-year cycle patterns, Loukas advises not to overthink the crowd's consensus. History shows cycles often play out similarly, despite the hype, so staying grounded is crucial. His main bet: we're on the verge of a major final push in the bull market, likely peaking between months 35 and 37 from the last cycle's low. If no breakout happens and prices fall through his key levels, he'll see it as proof the top was at month 33 and adjust his strategy. We're playing the long game here, a 4-year cycle, not daily swings, he reminds us. The advice? Stay humble, let the market do its thing, and aim to profit from what could be the cycle's last big leg up. At the time of writing, Bitcoin was trading around $111,740. What do you think? Will Bitcoin explode to 200,000 by year end? Or has the peak already passed? Is Loukas too bullish, or is there merit in his cautious approach? Share your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have a counterpoint to add to the debate.